Bitcoin has just recorded the second lowest fear and greed number in the history. You know the famous saying, buy when there's blood in the street. Well, this is the second most blood in the street that Bitcoin has ever seen in this chart. Now, you need to know, is this the best buying opportunity or the second best buying opportunity? Or is this buying opportunity about to happen? What we're going to do is dig deep into the facts and the charts. And there's 4 distinct data points in which Bitcoin has seen this much fear in history. And we're gonna look at, were those actually great buying opportunities? We're gonna look at this data point here. Was this actually one of the best buying opportunities in Bitcoin? These data points here when we were below, was this actually one of the best buying opportunities? And there's 2 more, this one and this one. There's only 4 other times in which Bitcoin has seen this much blood in the street, and we need to know, is it now time to buy Bitcoin as one of the best buying opportunities, or are there some secrets in the charts that are giving us clues as to when that opportunity is going to come? If you're new here, my name is Steve. I started in the stock market when I was just 16 years old, a little over 20 years ago. And I literally made every mistake in the book. And over the past 20 years, I figured out how to dominate this game. And I'm here sharing my knowledge with you so you too can start to dominate in this game. I started in crypto back in 2017, and what we do on this channel, what we focus on, is helping you use your crypto to reach financial freedom. Hit that subscribe button right now. Let's jump into it. We've got a lot to cover. We're going to uncover a few charts, but I want to start with just saying thank you. And we're going to start with this chart. Thank you to you. Thank you to our community for supporting me, because we were warning everybody that a mega crash was coming. We didn't start warning people a few days ago or a week ago. We had been warning people for a few months. And we got a lot of people in the herd coming in the comments saying that there was no chance of a mega crash, that we were crazy, we lost our marbles, but we were just covering the facts and the charts. We don't try to make all these crazy predictions. We don't try to spread all this fear or moon boy kind of things. We just talk about the facts on our channel, and we focus on the biggest moves in crypto. And we received the same kind of hate back in 2018 when we also called for a mega crash. And at the time, nobody thought we would ever go below 6K, and we did have a mega crash right after our 3-day death cross. So thank you for the community for supporting me, even through all of the bearish videos that we've made all year. We're in the midst of a mega crash, and we're gonna really uncover in this video, is that mega crash over? Are we about to have a relief rally? Is this one of the best buying opportunities ever, or is it still going to get much worse? Now, what we want to do is really dig into this fear and greed. Now, if you're not familiar with the fear and greed, you can find the website right up here at the top. You can just Google fear and greed index. It's very helpful. And basically, you know the famous saying, you want to buy when there's fear. You want to buy when there's blood in the street. Well, this is the second most blood in the street we've had since we've been collecting data on this chart. And the first data point was literally February 1st, 2018. So for over 4 years, we've got 4 years of data in front of us. And this is the second most blood in the street we've had. That's a fact. Now the question remains, is this one of the best buying opportunities? Is this the second best buying opportunity ever? We're just gonna look at those 4 data points. There's 4 distinct data points, and there's a very distinct pattern playing out that's gonna give you the keys. It's going to give you some inside information as to what's happening here and what to look for. So we're literally talking about this data point from here, this data point from November, December 2018. We've got this data point from August 2019, and then we've got the COVID crash right over here. All right. And what I did was, to make it simple, I plotted these data points on this chart. So we literally have data point 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, those are literally the only 4 that were below 10 on the reading. And keep in mind, just yesterday we printed an 8. Okay, so this is pretty major. It's very historic, and we're going to dive deep into the facts now so that you have them so that you can make better sound decisions. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss these major moves. For example, if you're new and you missed that a major mega crash was coming, you need to subscribe, because on this channel there's no BS. We're straight to the facts and the charts. I don't try to fluff it up to make you feel better that we're going to go to the moon, that it's going to be all-time highs. We just talk about the facts, and that's why you just subscribe. I do want to talk about as well. So I mentioned earlier in this episode that when I first got into the stock market, I made every mistake in the book. And you might be in that scenario now where you're making some mistakes and maybe you just lost a lot of money from this mega crash. That's fine. Take a deep breath. I know your friends and family will probably try to laugh at you to say, oh, crypto, you see, it's a pyramid scam. It's a scam. You're going to lose all your money. This is just a market cycle. Take a deep breath. Bitcoin is not going to zero. It's not over. This is a buyer's market. This is not a selling market. So just take a deep breath. I'll be here with you every step of the way through this bear market, and we will be just fine. You can talk to all of our subscribers from this mega crash. I was there every step of the way. We were keeping everybody level-headed, and we will continue to do so. Also, during this period, this is time to learn. I've taken, over the past 20 years, I started by making every mistake in the book, but over the past 20 years, I figured out how to dominate. And I made simple, clear, and concise courses that are just killing it. Everybody who takes these courses completely changes around their portfolio, gains back those losses that they've had, and this is your opportunity. There's a big sale right now because of this mega crash that we're in, right? Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. We have the course bundle here. We have an indicator bundle here, and this is the all-in-one. This is the most popular. It's 20 plus years of my knowledge condensed down into the simplest, purest strategies that will help you dominate, and you can sign up here. Let's uncover these data points, right? 4 distinct data points where Bitcoin was below 10, and what happened. Were these actually good buying opportunities? Because now we've recorded an 8. Let's start with the first one, back in early 2018, and we have it here on our chart. So when Bitcoin went from about 20K down to this about 6K, 5.7K, that was one of our worst ones yet, okay, in the history. However, when you look at it, it actually was a pretty damn good buying opportunity where you could have flipped a pretty major return before the mega crash ensued, right? So you can look at, like, this was 100%, I think. Yeah, just about 100% rally from our bottom to this top here before we crashed down. So if you ask yourself, this time we went below 10 back here, it was a pretty good buying opportunity, right? We did rally quite a bit. You could have taken some incredible profits, recovered some of those losses, and got out of the market. So there, we've got to give a check mark to a very, very good buying opportunity. Now, there's only 3 others, and I want you to pay attention. We here on this channel, we look at the data. There's data in front of you with these 4 data points that's screaming a distinct pattern. I want you to look for it right now. It's a distinct pattern because this next one, where we're here, it actually marked the bottom of the market. Okay, so this November, December 2018, when we actually dipped below this 10 area, you can see on our chart that was here. Right, that was the actual bottom of the market, where it wasn't just a relief rally and a continued crash. It was actually the bottom. It was actually an incredible buying opportunity. So now we're 2 for 2, but 2 different ones, where this was a short-term buying opportunity and this was a long-term buying opportunity. Now, do you see the difference in the chart? Do you see any sort of pattern? Because we're going to get to data point number 3, and it might make the pattern a little bit clear. Data point number 3 is here, and this happened to be the worst one in history. You can see on the screen it's saying like 14, but that's not true. You can see with your eyes it's below 10, right? So this was the worst one in history, this August 2019. And that's where we are here. So you say to yourself, okay, we were 2 for 2, where we had 2 very, very strong buying opportunities shown by the fear and greed index. And then we have one where it wasn't, We did have a little relief rally, maybe 10, 15%, but we were in the midst of a mega crash and we continued the mega crash. This was not a good buying opportunity. Now, do you see the difference? Do you see the difference in the chart? So we'll go back and we'll cover data point number 4. Data point number 4 is here, the COVID crash. And we literally haven't been below 10 since the COVID crash. Now let's investigate this, because this is the 4th time in history where we are actually below 10. And I say in history, I say history in terms of this chart in front of us, which started collecting data February 1st, 2018. So the COVID crash was below. And again, the COVID crash did mark the best buying opportunity. So we had 3 really, really good buying opportunities, but 2 of them actually picked the bottom of the market, where this one was just a relief rally. Do you see the pattern that I'm seeing yet? It's a very distinct pattern where this one wasn't as good. This was a short-term relief rally. These 2 were absolute bottoms of the market. Buy now. It's the best ever time. Okay, so 4 distinct data points. Now I want to cover this one, and I want to unveil that pattern that I see happening right in front of your eyes. But first, I want to cover these couple charts so you get a clearer picture, because these are incredibly important charts that you need to know about. We covered this in our last video. This is the Gaussian channel. Everybody knows who follows our channel about the Gaussian channel. We started having some warning signs way back in May of 2021. A lot of people then thought we were crazy, but the Gaussian channel is quicksand, plain and simple. And usually we stay in quicksand for about a year. The key is this candle here. This candle that we just printed is a relief rally candle, which should mark the end of a downturn and the beginning of a short-term uptrend, and we need to see what will happen. But this is a dragonfly doji, okay? Not a textbook dragonfly doji, because we have a little bit of tail here. What do we mean? There's a little bit of a wick at the top. For a textbook dragonfly doji, you want to see this body, this little thin body here, right up at the top. That would be a textbook. It's pretty damn close to a textbook. And basically this is saying, hey, that downfall that we were in, it's over for the short term, and we should start to see a little relief rally. Pay attention to this kind of market structure that we've got here, about this $36,000 area. All right, it's not likely that this relief rally will take us above 40, but that's the major line. If we hold a body above 40, the market can start to turn bullish. But just being honest, that's unlikely. I just want to put that out there just to tell you the facts. I don't want to get your hopes up. We just tell the facts. That's probably why you just subscribe, because you appreciate the facts. But watch this $36,000 area. We could see over the next 5 to 20 days a rally into that area and met with heavy resistance and then a further plummet. All right. And again, what I want to show you is this $30,000 area, 28.9. Once we break that, we don't have a lot of structure. All right. There's not a lot of structure. There's a little bit of structure at 20K. There's more structure at 14K. All right. So once we start to close a body of a candle on a weekly chart below 29,000, we're in deep trouble. All right, just plain and simple. We're not there yet, but just pay attention to that. Now, back to our structure here. 4 data points, clear pattern. Do you see the pattern? I'm going to unveil it for you right now. So you can see we've got 4 data points here. 2 of them, February and August, were short-term good buying opportunities. 2 others were bottoms of the market. Now let's take a look here. These 2, this one and this one, were the bottom of the market. Now notice how many data points we have here. It's the biggest cluster on your chart below this level. There is no other one besides this one. Notice how these 2 clusters that were literally down here in the extreme fear for an extended period of time, those 2 were the bottoms of the market. Now notice these 2, short term, not a big cluster here, just 1 or 2 data points here and 1 or 2 data points here. That's the key. That means if Bitcoin is going to hang out down here in the extreme fear for the next week or 2 or 3, we know that it's the bottom of the market. If Bitcoin hangs out here for a short period of time and then has a relief rally, we know that there's more downfall coming. It's that simple. Just look at the facts and the charts. Big cluster here, bottom of the market. Big cluster here, bottom of the market. Short cluster here, not the bottom of the market. That's the key. That's what we're going to be watching, as well as that sort of short-term relief rally. If we can rally up to that $36,000 area, anywhere in there, over 40, we get excited. Below 29, we're in deep trouble, not a lot of market structure. That's what the facts and the charts are. Hit that subscribe button. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. Get your education now. This is the time to recover those losses. Big sale happening. You've got 20 years of my knowledge condensed down into simple, dominating strategies. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. There's only one question left. When to sell your cryptocurrency? Click right here, right now to find the 3 simple steps.